Macron's proposed pension reforms have sparked outrage and protests across France. The reforms include increasing the minimum general retirement age from 62 to 64, stripping public sector workers of their privileges, and accelerating the number of years of work required for a full pension. The bill's forced passage through Parliament has been criticized by politicians from Macron's own centrist Modem party, who called it a mistake. One MP, Erwin Ballinant, said he was left in a state of shock, and others described it as a waste of time and a sign of weakness. The government's failure to listen to the concerns of the people has resulted in a total failure of the proposed reforms, according to far-right leader Marine Le Pen, who also called for the resignation of Borne. Polls have shown that 2/3 of French people oppose the pension changes, and this sentiment has been reflected in the ongoing strikes by transport workers, energy workers, dockers, teachers, and public sector workers, including museum staff. The continuing rubbish collection strike has resulted in more than 7,000 tons of waste piling up across half of Paris. Trade unions argue that the proposed reforms will disproportionately impact low-income workers in manual jobs, who tend to start their careers earlier and will now be forced to work longer than graduates, who are less affected by the changes. Despite the widespread opposition, the government insists that raising the retirement age, scrapping privileges for public sector workers, and toughening criteria for a full pension are necessary to prevent large deficits from building up. France's European neighbors have already raised their retirement age to 65 or older, and the government argues that this change will bring France in line with them. However, critics argue that the proposed reforms are unfair and will disproportionately affect those who have worked the hardest and contributed the most to society. The strikes and protests have disrupted daily life and caused significant economic damage, but the government has shown little willingness to compromise or listen to the concerns of the people. The proposed changes have also sparked political controversy, with Macron's centrist Modem party split over the issue and the far-right leader Marine Le Pen seizing the opportunity to criticize the government's handling of the situation. The outcome of the pension reform debate remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the proposed changes have stirred up strong emotions and created deep divisions within French society. Whether the government will be able to implement the reforms in the face of such widespread opposition remains to be seen.